Imagine waking up 10 years from now and realizing that your biggest regret isn't the failures you faced, but the countless hours you wasted doing nothing. Every second you spend scrolling, doubting, or hesitating is a seed of opportunity lost. Today, I want to talk about how to stop wasting time and start growing, not just in wealth, but in skill, mindset, and life. Time is the one resource that no one can earn back. Unlike money, which can be earned, spent, or lost and then regained, time is finite, irreversible, and unforgiving. Every second that passes is a second you can never reclaim, no matter how much you wish you could. Many people live as if time is infinite. They procrastinate, delay decisions, or waste hours on trivial distractions. But growth, success, and fulfillment are all built in the way we manage this most precious resource. If you want to stop wasting time and start growing, the first step is to truly internalize the fact that every moment matters. The problem is that time often feels invisible. We don't physically see it slipping away, and that makes it dangerously easy to ignore. When you scroll mindlessly on your phone for an hour, you might not feel the loss immediately, but in the larger picture, that hour is a piece of your life gone forever. Imagine spending that same hour learning a skill, reading a book, or working toward a goal. The difference is monumental. The key is to develop awareness of how you spend your time. Every activity, no matter how small, is an investment in your future or a withdrawal from it. Awareness turns wasted minutes into deliberate, purposeful actions. Another challenge is how we value time versus money. People will spend hours negotiating a small financial deal, carefully calculating every penny, yet they will let entire days slip by without a second thought. This mindset is backward. Time is the raw material from which all achievements are created. Without time, wealth, knowledge, and opportunities are meaningless. To grow as a person, you must first treat your time as your most non-negotiable asset. Protect it fiercely, plan it wisely, and spend it with intention. Growth does not happen by accident. It happens when you allocate your time deliberately to the things that matter most. The way we perceive time also influences how productive we are. Many people believe that tomorrow or later is the right time to act, which is a trap. Time waits for no one. The day you decide to delay action is the same day someone else is moving forward while you stand still. Growth requires urgency. It is not about rushing or panicking, but about recognizing that the present moment is the only opportunity you truly have to make progress. If you master the skill of using time wisely, you gain a superpower that gives you an advantage over those who squander it unknowingly. Time is also cumulative. Small, consistent investments of time compound into extraordinary results. Just as financial investments grow with interest, the way you spend each day builds a trajectory for your life. 10 minutes spent learning a new skill, an hour spent on self-reflection, or even a half hour dedicated to improving your health may seem insignificant in isolation. But over weeks, months, and years, these minutes add up to monumental growth. On the other hand, wasting small amounts of time consistently has the opposite effect. It erodes potential, creates regret, and leaves your goals unfulfilled. The choice between growth and stagnation is made every day, every hour, and every minute. Finally, valuing time forces you to make better decisions in every area of life. When you understand that every second is precious, you stop engaging in meaningless arguments, avoid unnecessary distractions, and prioritize what truly matters. You begin to structure your day intentionally, focusing on high-impact activities that move you closer to your goals. Growth is not a matter of luck or talent. It is a matter of consistent, purposeful use of time. The moment you start treating your time like the irreplaceable asset it is, everything else begins to align. Your skills improve faster, your mindset strengthens, and opportunities that once seemed distant now become attainable because you've invested the one thing no one can replace: your time. Growth is rarely the result of sudden, dramatic changes. It is not about one big breakthrough or a single moment of genius. True growth is built quietly, steadily, through the small habits we practice day in and day out. Many people underestimate the power of these seemingly insignificant actions. Spending just 20 minutes reading a book, practicing a skill, or reflecting on your goals might feel minor at the moment, but over time, these small actions compound into extraordinary results. It is like planting seeds each day. You water them just a little, and eventually they grow into a mighty tree. The human mind naturally seeks immediate results, which is why small habits are often ignored. People want instant success, instant recognition, and instant gratification. And when it doesn't come, they give up. But life does not work in sudden leaps. It works in accumulation. The person who reads for 20 minutes a day, who writes down their thoughts, or who practices consistently, even when it feels tedious, is the one who eventually rises far ahead of those who wait for a miracle. Success and growth are not about doing big things occasionally. They are about doing small things consistently. One of the most powerful aspects of daily habits is how they shape your identity. When you make a habit of learning, practicing, or creating, you are not just completing tasks. You are training yourself to become the type of person who grows continuously. For example, someone who commits to reading each day is not merely accumulating knowledge. They are becoming a lifelong learner. Someone who consistently exercises or improves a skill is developing discipline and resilience. These small habits silently transform you into a version of yourself that is capable of achieving far more than you could imagine. Another important dimension is the compounding effect of time. Just as financial investments grow exponentially with compound interest, the benefits of daily habits multiply over months and years. Spending 15 minutes a day learning a new language may seem negligible at first, but after a year, you will have learned over 90 hours of focused practice, enough to speak fluently at a basic level. Similarly, 10 minutes of journaling or reflecting each day builds clarity of mind and sharper decision making over time. The difference between someone who uses their time intentionally and someone who doesn't is staggering when compounded over years. Small daily habits also create momentum. Every time you take action, no matter how small, you send a signal to your brain and your life that you are committed to growth. Momentum is a powerful force. Once it starts, it fuels further action. A single step in the right direction encourages the next and the next. But this only happens if you act consistently. One skipped day might seem insignificant, but repeated days of inaction slowly sap motivation and create a habit of stagnation. Growth, therefore, is not about perfect execution, but about persistent, unbroken effort, even when it feels small or invisible. Finally, adopting small daily habits instills patience and resilience. In a world obsessed with instant results, learning to trust the process is a rare and invaluable skill. These habits teach you that success is not about luck. It is about showing up every day, investing in yourself, and making deliberate choices that accumulate over time. Eventually, the small efforts create massive impact. Your knowledge expands, your skills sharpen, and your mindset strengthens, all because you respected the power of small daily actions. Growth is not a distant dream. It is the natural consequence of consistent, intentional effort over time. In today's world, distractions are everywhere, and they are some of the most silent thieves of success. Social media notifications, endless videos, constant emails, and even casual conversations may seem harmless, but they quietly consume hours of your life every day. Many people underestimate the cumulative damage of these distractions, thinking that a few minutes here or there don't matter. In reality, every distraction steals precious time, breaks focus, and diminishes your capacity to grow. If you want to stop wasting time and start growing, you must ruthlessly identify and eliminate these interruptions from your life. The first step in eliminating distractions is awareness. You cannot remove what you do not recognize. Take a close look at your daily routines. How much time is spent mindlessly scrolling, watching content that adds no value, or indulging in meaningless habits? Most people are shocked when they see the real numbers. Awareness is powerful because it gives you control. Once you can clearly see where your time is going, you can start taking deliberate steps to reclaim it. Growth begins the moment you realize that every distraction is a choice and that you have the power to choose differently. Another critical aspect is understanding that not all distractions are external. Your mind can be your own worst enemy. Thoughts of doubt, fear, or overthinking can keep you stuck in inactivity as effectively as a smartphone can. Mental distractions are just as dangerous because they silently erode your focus and energy. To grow, you must train your mind to recognize these internal distractions and refocus on what truly matters. Meditation, mindfulness, or simple reflection can help you regain control, allowing your mind to become a tool for growth instead of a source of wasted energy. Distractions also steal momentum. Imagine you are deeply focused on a project, and every few minutes, a notification pulls your attention away. Each interruption breaks the flow, and it often takes twice as long to regain focus. This is why distraction is so destructive. It does not just waste time, it decreases efficiency, creativity, and the quality of your work. Growth requires long stretches of undisturbed focus, where ideas can fully form, problems can be solved, and progress can accumulate. By eliminating distractions, you reclaim not just your time, but also the energy and mental clarity necessary to grow at an accelerated pace. Eliminating distractions is not about being extreme or cutting yourself off from the world entirely. It is about intentionality. Decide which activities truly deserve your time and attention and cut out the rest. Limit social media, avoid unnecessary multitasking, and set boundaries around your time. Technology should serve you, not enslave you. Use tools, schedules, or accountability partners to protect your focus. Growth comes not from working harder, but from working smarter and concentrating on the things that create meaningful results. Finally, eliminating distractions is about reclaiming control over your life. When you are constantly pulled in multiple directions, your actions are reactive rather than intentional. You are living for the notifications, the opinions, or the fleeting pleasures of the moment. But when you remove distractions and focus on your priorities, you begin to live intentionally. Every hour spent becomes an investment in your skills, your knowledge, and your future. You start to see time as the irreplaceable asset it is, and growth becomes inevitable because nothing is now standing between you and the work that truly matters. Knowledge alone is not growth. Many people spend years accumulating information, reading books, watching tutorials, and attending seminars, but without action. Knowledge remains inert. It does not transform your life. True growth occurs when learning and action meet. The faster you acquire knowledge and the faster you apply it, the quicker you evolve. There is no shortcut to mastery, but there is a clear path. Learn deliberately, apply immediately, and adjust based on results. This principle separates those who talk about success from those who actually achieve it. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting for the perfect moment to act. They believe that they must know everything before taking us a step forward. But in reality, waiting only wastes precious time. Growth is fueled by action, not hesitation. The person who tries, fails, and learns from mistakes gains exponentially more than the one who waits for certainty. Every idea you implement, no matter how imperfect, teaches lessons that no book, lecture, or online course can provide. Action transforms potential into progress, and progress is the engine of growth. Learning faster also requires focus and selectivity. Not all information is equally valuable, and not all advice is worth following. In a world overflowing with data, discernment is critical. Ask yourself, does this knowledge directly help me achieve my goals? Filter out distractions, irrelevant content, and empty talk. Focus on the skills and insights that have practical application. Then apply them immediately. Learning becomes powerful only when it is converted into results. Knowledge without execution is like owning a map, but never setting out on the journey. Applying knowledge rapidly creates a feedback loop that accelerates growth. When you take action, you discover what works and what doesn't. This iterative process allows you to refine strategies, improve skills, and gain experience far faster than those who remain passive learners. Every failure becomes an invaluable lesson, and every small success becomes motivation to continue. People often fear mistakes, but the truth is that mistakes are essential to mastery. The faster you act and learn from them, the faster you grow. Another critical aspect of rapid learning and application is adaptability. The world is constantly changing, and the methods that worked yesterday may not work today. People who cling to outdated knowledge or wait for perfect instructions fall behind. Growth requires flexibility, experimentation, and a willingness to pivot when necessary. Applying knowledge in real situations, rather than just studying it, trains you to think on your feet and solve problems creatively. This combination of learning and doing is the ultimate accelerator of personal and professional growth. Finally, the principle of learning and applying quickly builds confidence. The more you experiment, the more you prove to yourself that you are capable of learning, adapting, and achieving. Confidence, in turn, fuels further action, creating a positive cycle of growth. People who wait endlessly to feel ready often miss opportunities, while those who act with curiosity and courage continuously expand their abilities. Growth is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It is about creating momentum through action, testing your limits, and learning faster than anyone around you. Every lesson applied today becomes the foundation of your success tomorrow. Your environment has a profound influence on your growth. The people you spend the most time with shape your thoughts, habits, and ultimately your results. If you surround yourself with negative, unmotivated, or complacent individuals, their mindset will quietly influence yours. Their doubts, excuses, and lack of ambition can become your own, often without you realizing it. On the other hand, spending time with driven, curious, and growth-focused people inspires and challenges you to reach higher. Growth is contagious, and your circle either accelerates your progress or slows it down. One of the most powerful effects of growth-oriented people is accountability. When you surround yourself with individuals who are ambitious and disciplined, you naturally adopt similar behaviors. Their energy motivates you to take action, even on days when you feel tired or unmotivated. They challenge you to think bigger, act smarter, and push beyond your comfort zone. When you see others achieving goals through effort and persistence, it becomes difficult to accept mediocrity in your own life. In essence, your network becomes a mirror reflecting what is possible and what you can achieve if you commit fully. The influence of your circle extends beyond motivation. It also accelerates learning. Growth-oriented people share knowledge, experiences, and strategies that can save you years of trial and error. Conversations with the right people open your mind to new perspectives, ideas, and opportunities that you might never discover alone. They inspire innovation and problem solving because they challenge your assumptions and encourage experimentation. Being around people who are actively growing keeps your mind active, your curiosity sharp, and your ambition alive. Equally important is that the right circle protects you from wasted time and energy. Negative or stagnant relationships often demand mental and emotional bandwidth without providing meaningful return. Gossip, complaints, and unproductive debates consume your attention and distract you from your goals. Growth-oriented peers, by contrast, encourage focus, prioritize constructive action, and help you make better decisions with your time. Choosing your company intentionally is not about arrogance or elitism. It is about protecting your most valuable resource, your time and energy. Being part of a growth-focused community also fosters resilience. Life is full of setbacks, obstacles, and challenges. When you are surrounded by people who are striving and evolving, you gain a support system that encourages persistence. You witness others overcoming adversity, learning from failures, and moving forward despite difficulties. This shared experience strengthens your own mindset and reinforces the belief that growth is always possible, no matter the circumstances. You learn to approach challenges not as threats, but as opportunities to grow stronger. Finally, growth-oriented people inspire vision. They help you see beyond your current limitations, encouraging you to set ambitious goals and work toward them with purpose. When your friends and colleagues are striving for excellence, they normalize the idea that greatness is achievable. This shifts your mindset from scarcity to possibility, from hesitation to action. Growth is not a solo journey. It is amplified when you immerse yourself in a circle that challenges, supports, and inspires you every day. The people you choose to spend your time with are a reflection of the life you aspire to build. And aligning with growth-minded individuals is one of the most powerful strategies for accelerating your own success. In a world full of noise, distractions, and endless options, one of the greatest challenges is learning what truly matters. Most people spend their lives reacting to every demand, every notification, and every opportunity without distinguishing between what is urgent and what is important. This constant business often creates the illusion of progress while leaving their most meaningful goals untouched. Growth does not come from doing more. It comes from doing the right things consistently. Learning to identify and focus on what truly matters is the ultimate skill for anyone who wants to stop wasting time and start growing. The first step is clarity. You cannot focus on what matters if you don't know what matters to you. Take time to define your goals, your values, and your vision for the future. What do you want to achieve in your life, career, or personal development? What activities will bring you closer to that vision? Once you have clarity, every decision, every action, and every choice becomes easier because you can measure it against your priorities. If it aligns, it deserves your time and energy. If it doesn't, it is a distraction and must be removed. Focus is born from clarity. Equally important is learning to say no. Many people fail to grow because they overcommit to things that are not aligned with their priorities. Time and energy are limited resources, and every commitment carries an opportunity cost. Saying yes to every request, every invitation, and every minor task often means saying no to the things that truly matter. Growth requires courage, the courage to prioritize, to protect your time, and to dedicate yourself to what will make the greatest impact on your life. It is in these deliberate choices that real progress is made. Another critical aspect of focusing on what matters is reducing multitasking. Tempting to do many things at once dilutes your attention and decreases the quality of your work. When your energy is scattered across multiple tasks, nothing gets done to its full potential. Growth requires deep, focused effort on the activities that truly drive results. By concentrating on one meaningful task at a time, you maximize efficiency, creativity, and effectiveness. This kind of focused work is where breakthroughs happen, where skills are honed, and where meaningful progress is achieved. Prioritization also requires reflection. Regularly reviewing your goals, habits, and daily actions ensures that you are consistently aligned with what matters most. Without reflection, it is easy to drift into routines that consume time but add little value. Ask yourself daily, is this task moving me closer to my goals? Does this activity create long-term benefits? Or is it just temporary satisfaction? Reflection is the compass that keeps your efforts directed toward growth. By continuously evaluating your actions, you prevent time from slipping away unnoticed and ensure that every effort contributes to meaningful progress. Finally, focusing on what truly matters leads to fulfillment. Growth is not just about achieving more. It is about creating a life that feels purposeful, intentional, and aligned with your values. When you concentrate on meaningful work, the results are not only measurable, but also deeply satisfying. You experience less regret, more accomplishment, and a sense of mastery over your life. Time, once wasted, becomes a tool for creation rather than a source of stress. By choosing wisely what to focus on, you maximize the impact of every moment and unlock the growth you've always dreamed of achieving. Time waits for no one. Every moment you hesitate, every opportunity you ignore is a moment that someone else is using to grow, to learn, and to move ahead. The choice is yours. Continue letting life pass by, or take control. Focus on what truly matters and invest in yourself every single day. Stop wasting time. Start growing. The future you dream of begins the moment you decide that your time is too valuable to spend on anything less than progress, purpose, and action. Make that decision today, and there will be no limit to how far you can go.